Damn it.
Honey, I'm home!
Who did you kill?
Oh, just a priest and his entire congregation.
None of them. None of the people you've murdered deserve to die.
How would you know that? Do you know them all personally?
That's not the point! The point is that you're randomly killing people for no reason other than this crazed, mixed-up philosophy of yours stating that every human being's purpose in life is to die. What kind of thought process is that? Are you insane? Were you molested as a child? What made you this way?
I had a pretty good childhood, I think. It's been so long, I don't really remember that much. But I will tell you, no form of abuse, at least to me, did this. I guess you can say I had a calling.
What? From God?
Not necessarily. Just a calling. I just felt the need to give people who've strived for the answer to their existence a little bit of info. And
you give them that information by killing them, right?
You bet your cute ass.
It doesn't matter whether you think you're doing this because you believe it's right or not. You're still gonna fry for it.
I guess we're not on the same page then.
Don't you feel anything at all? How can you sleep at night after all the things you've done?
I don't sleep all too often.
Fucker.
I'll tell you why. Evolution.
What?
It's evolution that's made me the way I am.
Oh, really? Then I guess we ought to let every other criminal walk free. Because killing is in our natures.
Allow me to explain myself. You and every other human mind you've ever been in contact with have feelings. You cry, you laugh, you hurt, and you fear things. The human mind's emotional range can only handle so much before it gives out from stress or pain or anguish. My mind, well, it doesn't have those. Or at least, not anymore. My mind works differently than the average human mind. I used to think this was just a weird occurrence and I'd eventually get over it. But as I grew, the less I seemed to care about the world's well-being. Seeking help for these thoughts was never on my radar. The only answer I could think of to my current predicament, as well as other people like me, was evolution. People like me are simply beyond typical human comprehension. Eventually, all humans will be just like me. Right now, we allow fear and regret to grip our personalities and make us as slaves. But the human mind is more powerful than those feelings. When the human race accepts these facts, they too will move beyond what their brain currently possesses. I feel no pity, no remorse, no shame, because evolution has pushed me forward. I'm not an evil person. I'm just doing what my nature calls for me to do. To be honest with you, just like how people discriminate against blacks, Jews, gays, they also discriminate against serial killers. Unfortunately, we aren't seen the same way as those others. But in reality, our actions are just as natural as a birthday party. To us, our actions are normal, just like a gay man kissing another man, or a Jew celebrating Hanukkah instead of Christmas. Every person in the world is wired in a certain way. We cannot deny these facts. They are wired one way, I am wired another way. It has nothing to do with how we were brought up. It's how we as a people were produced. You were wired to be a crime fighter. I was wired to be a killer. It's simple science.
So you think that everything you've ever done is natural? Like you're supposed to do it?
Yes. Just like how that person needs a cup of coffee in the morning to hold himself over until lunchtime, I need to kill to take off the edge. The world would prosper without rules. With no rules, every human being could live their life the way they've always wanted to live their life.
So you're an anarchist too? Don't you realize that in a society like that, it's every man for himself? How much do you want to bet you'd be one of the first to die in that kind of society?
If I die, I die. At least I lived long enough to see true freedom for all of mankind. We delude ourselves by imprisoning what society deems as monsters, when in reality, your people are just saying a big fuck you to evolution and true human freedom. We are meant to fight one another. It's part of our nature. We have these thoughts all the time, but choose not to act upon them because of our fear of the consequences. But I say, I want a world without consequences. which is exactly what I'm gonna get. My death would mean little in the outcome. When the world sees that it should stand without rules, everyone will know their purpose in life, and they will do the job for me.
You've thought about this for a long time, haven't you?
Every day.
A court of law won't see your point.
Which is why I'm never going to get to that point in your democratic system.
Plus, murdering a detective isn't going to go over well with them either.
Like I said, I won't get to that point.
What's in that syringe?
A high concentration of gamma-hydroxybutyric acid and benzodiazepine. Street name, date rape.
No, please, no! Please don't! Please don't do this, please!
Make way for the choo-choo train.
No! No!
You may feel a little woozy right now, but I kind of lied before about the high concentration. Usually when you administer these drugs to a second party, they are unconscious during the playtime. But I managed to get just enough to where you will lose control of your body, but you won't pass out.
No. Why?
I'm gonna make you feel it.
Alright, now does any of the area we're currently in remind you of the day you escaped?
I don't know for sure.
You need to think harder.
Jiro!
Miyuki's life is at stake here.
Give her more time!
It's nighttime, Kiyoshi. We have less than 24 hours left.
Then we're not stopping until she remembers.
I'm trying my hardest.
You're gonna enjoy yourself, Miss Sasaki.
Please, let me go!
Why, though? This is a great opportunity.
Please!
You better get used to it, honey. Because you're gonna be here for a long, long time.
What is it?
I just had a bad flashback.
Well, flashback something useful, damn it.
I'm trying.
Just relax yourself, Shi. Think long and hard, and when it all comes back to you, don't leave out any detail.
All right, detective.
Woo! Now that was a workout. So, how do I fare? Everybody's a critic. Oh well, there are others who enjoy it.
You son of a bitch. I'm so gonna make sure you die. Jiro's gonna massacre you, I know it.
Why? Since I raped his woman? I think he should embrace that with open arms. I'm sure I'm a lot better than he is.
Fuck you.
How many times are you gonna say that in one sit-in?
Until I get the hell out of here and back to my daughter.
Speaking of that, your time is running down quick. If Jiro and Kiyoshi don't get here, your daughter's gonna have to make do with your closed casket.
Why can't you just let me go? Please, just let me go!
Now you're acting all sorry. It's a bit late to be playing the guilt trip card, isn't it?
I don't want her to grow up without me. Please let me go.
I can picture it right now.
What?
I bet you're thinking what it's gonna be like for them. Those who love you. Your daughter's gonna be bawling up a storm after your sister gets the call. Jiro is gonna blame himself for what happened to you and vow revenge. And you will be placed in a wooden box taking you under.
That's not gonna happen. It's not!
I think it's interesting to talk to someone about their own death when it hasn't happened yet. It makes you feel all wiggly inside. I mean, people who live their lives every day cry over the person who died, and they say as many comforting gestures as they can to get over it. They look at the deceased's photographs to remember happy times. But never is the perspective of the deceased themselves taken into account. I mean, do you feel sad about your own death? Do you want to look at yourself in the mirror before your time is up? Do you have thoughts about envisioning yourself in a casket while everyone looks at your rotting carcass? It's just mind-blowing to know that every single thing in this world can die and will die. It is the constant that keeps us going as a civilization. You can count on it. It's your friend. What do you think happens to you when you die, Detective?
I don't really give a shit right now, because I'm not gonna die. I won't let you kill me. I have too much at stake to give it all up right now.
And you think that's gonna save you? Doubtful. Oh man, I'm picturing what it's gonna be like when your daughter puts flowers down next to your tombstone. It's just so mind-boggling when you're talking to the dead person themselves. It's intriguing!
I swear on my soul I'm gonna get out of here.
Just to let you know, when you die, I'm gonna go after your daughter and your sister next. And I'm gonna be nice and slow. And I'm gonna make Jiro watch.
Just try it! Just fucking try it!
Ooh, you sound like you could use another good fucking. Why didn't you just ask?
No, not again, no!
It's time for episode 2!